Hey everybody, I'm having to start my video over because I bought this really cool boom, I think it's called, for my phone, but it doesn't have a lot of movement that I thought it would have, as good a movement as I thought it would have. So this is Amy with Nana's Corner. As I'm jumping around, I had started the video, but for some strange reason my phone was it was weird. It was in time lapse mode, and I don't even think it was recording sound. It's a struggle. I cannot wait to have an actual camera because me and the phone, when it comes to videoing, we're just not getting along. It's not a good relationship. How are y'all? How's your weekend going? It is, what day is it? I've already forgotten. Saturday the 16th, 9:17 p.m. I'm trying to get this finished. I've only got 2 colors to go, mostly U. U is 977. It's almost like a burnt yellow. Reminds me of school bus yellow. Well, some of the school buses, I guess you could say, in the past were more darker. Well, that was not how you say it, but okay. They were used to be a darker yellow back when I was younger. At least I remember it that way. I think they're a little bit brighter now. I could be wrong. Y'all doing anything exciting this weekend? Is it cold where you are? It's a little chilly here. I think it's been, heck, I don't even know what the temperature is. It was cold last night when I let my dog out. Y'all do anything exciting? Any fall time events going on that you went and visited? Trying to remember what was going on around here recently. Yeah, they had something called a mistletoe market on the courthouse lawn. I believe it was last weekend, maybe. I think it was. Which I was working. And that's where, locals or semi-locals have their little crafts for sale. I used to do that with my candles. When you work nights, you only have so many weekends off a year. I'm sure plenty of people do it. I'm not gonna. If I was working days, different story. Working nights, not happening. I think them when we did the mistletoe market was it even last year? Might have been the year before. Heck, I don't even remember now. Probably the year before. I even sold some of my crochet. Little ear warmers and such. I did pretty decent on the candles though that year. Pretty decent. That was my plan. Was to make candles, crafts, and do local events. Make a little extra moolah here and there. Didn't work out too good. Who knows what the future will hold? Unless I leave dispatching. Look at those all jump clumped together. Unless I leave dispatching, chances of me working days anytime soon or before retirement are pretty slim. And at my age, I'm not really willing to jump and change jobs. Not willing. Is it cold where you are? These things are sticking to my finger. Anyways, I was wanting to get this done. I was I'm hoping to get it done before I go to work. That way I can just focus on my owl. And that'll probably be my projects for the rest of the month. We will see. I'm always taking stuff to work. I took this to work and you can see it kind of got not technically messed up, but it's just not easy to take things back and forth of any decent size, that is. What in the world? So I had all kinds of conversation my last video that ended up being a time lapse because my mic died and I didn't realize it till after the fact. And I don't even remember what I talked about. But it was something that wasn't talked about before, so I thought it was, technically it would have been a really good video. For me, it would have been. Maybe not for anybody else, but for me, it was a really good video until I realized nothing I said was recorded. And I had done, my plan was to do like a really small time lapse. I was going to, talk through about 3 colors and time lapse the rest and show you the finished project. That would, never mind, that would not have been a finished product. It would just been what I had finished at that point in time. Because that was the owl I was working on. I have really jacked these up. I'm going to have to do a lot of straightening. Lots and lots. Yeah, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what in the world I talked about. And I can't go back and see. Because I was going to sit here and talk about it again. And as I'm sitting here, no memories popping up. Heck, y'all, I haven't even started. Tonight's the first of the overtime. I know my brain struggles when I'm super tired. Apparently, it just wants to struggle in general right now. I think part of it was me talking about how much I enjoy making these videos and how much I'm learning. And I believe, oh, look at that, it's still working. I'm so proud. I believe that maybe I just enjoy it so much that I'm not seeing the difficulty in it, because a lot of people talk about how difficult it is. I know a lot of people are perfectionists, and I know a lot of people think that a lot of editing has to be done. And maybe Diamond Grandma does edit. Maybe she does. It doesn't seem like she does. She's very real. I'm very real. I could care less. If I make a mistake, I'm not going to edit that out. Even all my ums and heavy breathing, which for some reason I'm doing because I'm back to holding my breath while I talk. Why do I do that? I don't know. Sorry. All my heavy breathing is getting me thirsty. But I am learning a lot with between the time lapse and being able to stick a sticker in there and add text and change speeds. which is time lapse. Dur. I don't know. I used to be a super techie kind of person. And then I got older and lazy and, quit trying. My kids got older and I started depending on them to do all the techie stuff. But they're not around anymore. Off being their own little adults, off being their own adults, living their own adult life. So if I want to do something techie, I've got to do it my darn self. And I think that's good for the brain. The more I learn, the more I do, the stronger my brain power. It's just healthier. So for me, it's fun. And if I have a mistake or whatever, I'm not going to go and edit it out. If you hear me drink out of a very noisy metal cup, then I'm not editing that out either. You're just going to hear me drink out of a noisy cup. Trying to drink a little bit of extra energy since I've been sleepy for the past 2 days. Hoping that I don't struggle at work. I mean, typically I struggle here and there, but not often. But I've been extra sleepy. I'm going to assume it's been, the lack of sunshine, not my full 7 hours of sleep. Yes, my body wants 7 hours of sleep before it's happy. I'm kind of glad I didn't turn into one of those people, at least so far I haven't, that for whatever reason you just quit sleeping. You go to bed almost as soon as it turns dark and up and at 'em at 4 a.m. What in the heck is that? Why? I mean, if you got a lot on your mind or you have to get up, that's one thing. But why? Why do their bodies, why do people get up so darn early? I have 2 brothers that do that. I have 2 brothers that are pretty much awake and cooking breakfast at 4 a.m. And technically, that's not really good for your brain health either. Do I talk too much about health stuff? I wonder. It's just what I just study a lot of it. I look into the neuro stuff. I look into the autoimmune stuff. But, I mean, it's been proven that people who do not get a certain amount of sleep have more cognitive issues as they get older. I mean, even if I wake up early and I don't have to, my hind end is going to sit right there. What in the world? Maybe that was my cat jumping off of something. My hind end is going to sit right there or lay right there and work on going back to sleep. Sleep is healthy. Considering that I struggle to remember stuff as it is, I like to do all the things that I'm hoping are helping me for my future future in general relating to my brain, my cognitive abilities. And I got off on that tangent just talking about how I was enjoying making these videos. I am very squirrely. I am. Just kind of veer off. I think it's the ADD thing. Just have a tendency to veer off on subjects. And again, here we are, recording a video. Yes, recording a video, and my nose starts running. My nose has not run all day. I hear you, Kiwi. Not all day, but it's running right now. Anybody else have issues like that when they're recording? Do any of y'all, like your stomach start growling for no reason or making noise? Nose run? Brain cramps? How many of y'all have brain cramps? I have a lot of brain cramps. So last night I was going through Diamond Grandma's list for next year. I don't know why I was doing that because, it's going to be there all through the year. I was wondering how many things I could find that I would be interested in doing for her events. And I found one for everyone, except for the female one, because I don't really do people. I might do a silhouette in the future or something like that, but I don't really do people. I did think about trying a custom here in the near future. I'm not sure what I would do it of. Might do it of my dog because you can't find any diamond painting that resembles him. He's a doodle. He's not a big doodle. He's a Cavapoo doodle. But they got some cute little doodles all over in diamond painting. But can you find one that's black or mostly black? No. You always got that beautiful tan color or whatever color they call it. It makes for a really good picture. But my dude is mostly black. He's got a little white and brown here and there. I think his dad is a party color poodle, I think. I can't remember what the mama, I know the mama was the Cavapoo, but I can't remember what color she is. It was a beautiful letter. He was just the guy that was not meeting, all the requirements of a cute little Cavapoo. He was more one color than party color and bigger than the rest. So he was the outcast. So of course he didn't cost as much as the rest did. He is the most hyper little stinker. Golly. With all this overtime, because he was out the other night, not on purpose. Apparently I didn't lock the gate to his crate. So he was out the other night when I was at work, and I came back to all kinds of stuff being torn up, which is why he's crated. He would be running loose all the time, but he's such an aggressive chewer and such a hyper dog. I don't know what the heck happened there. Such a hyper dog that my fear is that he would eat my couch. I'm pretty sure he would eventually do it, even if he didn't do it the first night. But I also don't like him being shut up that many days. So what I have done is I have ordered him a playpen. Now I had to get a really tall one because he's also one of those very, hang on just a second. He's also, ow, one of those very agile pups. I'm trying really hard not to sniff. Ugh. He's one of those really agile pups that can jump a long distance and a really good height from a sitting position. He doesn't have to get a running start or anything. He can just go. Right at this point in time, he doesn't realize he can do that, but I've seen him do it. So he can't just have a normal height playpen. He's got to have one with a little extra height in hopes that it will discourage him or he won't realize he can jump it. I can't remember. I think it's 42 inches high. Most of them are like 24 to 32. And I've seen this dog go from sitting from one couch or from the love seat to the couch. And I'm looking at probably, it's over 6 feet. I mean, he was nowhere near missing it. Again, from a sitting position. So he probably can scale this one if he wants to. I'm just hoping he don't realize it. I mean, I don't keep everything out that he can, I don't keep stuff out that can hurt him, but and obviously I will be keeping less out just in case he does get out. Because he and my cat play really, really well together, and they play rough. So they get to, well, he gets to chasing the cat. The cat don't chase him. Cat just pounces on him or attacks his feet. Whatever makes him happy at that moment. He'll chase Banks. So again, I'm hoping he will not be able to scale. Anyways, the pen's supposed to be here tomorrow, just in time for all the upcoming overtime and alone time, which I am really feeling bad about. Wasn't expecting this to be happening. At least not so soon. I mean, there's pretty good turnover in the world of 911. People get burnt out. People can't handle the hours, which leads to the burnout, along with the bad calls that haunt you. That definitely leads to burnout. And then you got the youngsters who are not settled yet. Haven't determined what they want to do with their lives. So they have a tendency not to stick around very long as well. In y'all's line of work, do y'all have high turnover rates? Even in the hospital system, when I worked in the hospital. Now, there was a time I worked in the ER. I was in registration. I wasn't like a medical personnel. But when I worked in the ER, it was a decent amount of turnover, mostly in the administration area, not, like in the registrars and office working personnel. I wouldn't say it'd be so much the nurses and doctors. I mean, and your diagnostics, which is your lab and your radiology, etc. Those stick around a heck of a lot longer. I think some of your diagnostics have a tendency to move on faster than your nurses. And to be honest, where in the world did that come from? At least in the hospital where I was, the doctors have a tendency just to stick around. They don't move on. Some of them should move on. But your nurses are your true caregivers. They're the ones that really take care of the patients. But there's high turnover rates in your office workers. High turnover rates in retail, high turnover rates in fast food and restaurants, in the food industry in general. What do y'all experience? And then there's some places that hire seasonal. When that season's over, you're booted. They may hang on to a few. They may. But they do a lot of booting because they don't have to pay insurance. Even in the insurance industry. Like Cigna will hire, I know this because I worked for them briefly as a contractor. They will hire seasonally. And they will get you all trained and knowing everything that you need to know to do your job. And once that seasonal 3 months is gone, they don't need you anymore. And you don't get paid insurance prior to. And you're gonna be booted before they have to. But for some reason, that works for them. It works to always have new people. It's really weird. Why do you not want to keep people around that know what they're doing instead of constantly training? I don't know. It just seems kind of backwards to me. Yeah, darn things are not sticking to anything but me. Why? It's the same wax. I wonder what the drive to work is going to be like today, tonight, today, whatever it is. I wonder if we're going to be dodging deer, or I wonder if it's foggy. I cannot stand driving in the fog. I get disoriented in the fog. It doesn't take much to disorient me either, but I have a hard time seeing at night as it is. You add fog to the situation, it's definitely not a pleasant ride. And I drive so very slow. I really do tick a lot of people off because when I can't see, I drive extremely slow. I don't just assume that it's all good, and besides, the deer will just dart out in front of you so quick. You won't even know it. You won't even see them coming. You call yourself looking and watching and being careful. But they trick you. They just show up out of nowhere. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think we're got the highest rate in this county. I could be wrong again. I think we have the highest rate of accidents due to hitting deer than any other county in Georgia. Don't hold me to it. You can do the well. I'm not going to tell you what county it is. I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've heard via insurance companies. Y'all, I've got most of the ewes done. I'm so excited. Time goes fast. That's another reason why I like to make these videos, because I can sit here, chit chat, run at the mouth, whatever you want to call it, and it just makes the time go faster. I mean, even if y'all even if y'all aren't listening, I feel like you are. I feel like we have sat and visited. I bet y'all can see how heavy-handed I am. It's a wonder. No wonder. It's no wonder that my thumb hurts so much, because well, it would help to have a drill on there, because of how hard I push sometimes. But if I know I got it in the right spot, I'm going to try to make it stick where it's supposed to be, since everything likes to move on my canvases. We are getting there. I'm so excited. I'm waiting for Miss Tita to put her, she doesn't do events, she does themes. Waiting for her to put her themes up for next year. I'm curious if hers are going to be similar to this year, or if she's going to do something different. I bet y'all can see. Sorry, y'all. I totally forgot to move it. Where are we at? I'm trying to see where we are. Okay. Bet y'all can see a lot of crooked going on here. Probably gonna take me a good while. I'll do all my straightening tomorrow, so I don't have to work tomorrow, thank goodness. I'm hoping, ooh, I was a little over adjusted. Well, apparently I've got a lot of adjusting to do. Hoping I don't sleep all day. Since I'm only working half a night, shouldn't be too exhausted. Well, what in the world? These things are slippy slidey all of a sudden. Let's get the final U in. Is that all the U's? So I only got Z left. Oop, I see a P. I've only got Z left. So very little. And we are at, what are we at? 36 minutes. So what I'll probably do here is just finish up the Z's. Show you the finished product prior to me fixing all my crookedness. Well, these are sticking bad in here. What in the world? As soon as I try to force them loose, they pop off and land who knows where. Golly. Just like that. Now where'd it go? Where did it go? Maybe that was the only one. Nope. Here it is. Aggravate. All right. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing me. If you have stuck with me, I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to finish this up and show y'all the end product. So I will meet you at the end. All right, there it is. I kind of like it. Not sure about the watercolors. Those are kind of weird. But if it's a lake, then it's going to be typically darker. But not too bad. Not too bad. That'll be my landscape for Diamond Grandma's. Yeah, this is driving me insane. For Diamond Grandma's, what do you call it? DG birthday, 24 for landscapes. Got a few landscapes waiting, so come next year, I'll probably have plenty to choose from. I mean, I like the dot part, I like the sunrise set, whichever it is. But maybe it'll look better from a distance. I am right on top of it. You know, I can't tell what y'all are looking at. Maybe it looks better from your view. Can't really tell. So if you stuck around, I greatly appreciate you. Definitely not taking any of this to work tonight, what do you want to call it? And if you are returning, thank you so much for returning. If you are new, please come again. I'm a big fan of comments. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'm not going to do that there. Come again. Who knows what in the world I will talk about. My Temu, which I just had a Temu update haul. I got another one that's being very slow. I think I got 2 more coming. We'll see how Temu does. I know that there's eventually tariffs are going to be an issue. Their price adjustments are few and far between now. Definitely not getting what it was. I did get a couple today that when I went back and looked, but those are definitely not as good as not as good. I don't think that's the word. I'm not seeing them as often. And their shipping is slowed down. I know we're reaching the holidays, so maybe that has something to do with it. Who knows? I've seen a little increase in their prices. That's kind of expected. I mean, still though, still cheaper. They're still cheaper than Amazon. Amazon's got some good products. They do. I've got some really good diamond painting kits from them. But right now, Temu is still less expensive. And then, of course, I had to go and find out that Shein offers diamond painting kits. Pretty much the same ones, and I'm not seeing as many available. But they're cheaper than Temu at this moment. I don't know how long that'll last because it's pretty much going to be the same issue with them in the long run. Okay, I'm running out of the mouth again. I do apologize. I was trying to make this not quite a long video, but I also wanted to get it stopped, get this finished. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. You've stuck around. I am so very, very grateful. Come again. Y'all be safe, be happy. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.